Hey everyone, greetings from National Skills Network. This is Madhuri and I'm back with another very exciting conversation. And I'm very happy to tell you that this is the first one we are having in the area of open and distance learning in India. And I'm sure that this is going to be quite an eye-opener to many who may not be aware of the most interesting and intriguing kind of initiatives that are coming up from the ODL system in India. I have with me today Dr. Papiya Upadhyay, who is the Assistant Professor of Education from the School of Education, Netaji Subhas Open University, Kolkata. So she will not only share insights from what's happening in West Bengal, but also she has a national perspective because she's been very active in the area of skills and education, and especially from the open universities and ODL systems. So welcome to this talk, Dr. Papiya.
Thank you, Madhuri ma'am.
Very nice meeting you again this way. And I remember we had few informal exchanges when we met last in a workshop. So I thought it would be great to have you with us today to learn more about the kind of innovative things that are coming up to introduce skill-based work integrated learning in the context of ODL courses in India.
Yes, thank you, Madhuri ma'am, for this conversation, making it happen. Well, for all the viewers, this open and distance learning is, something which is becoming very popular and which is, being conducted through a network of learner support centers and also through some regional centers. So it is often, we often call it as a three-tier system of open and distance learning as compared to the regular mode of teaching learning. So these higher education institutions which offer open and distance learning courses are a bit different as they operate through these three-tiered system. Now, this with this academic courses, mainly undergraduate, postgraduate, then diploma level, all such courses as they are being offered through regular mode are also being offered through open and distance learning. Now, with this importance, gaining momentum for the skill-based courses, for, upskilling the graduates, this open and distance learning has taken a new purview altogether. Mainly, it is now going beyond the theoretical knowledge. That is not only the students, they're coming to us for the degrees. When I mean degrees, it is not for the undergraduate honors degree or postgraduate, a PG or a MA, MSc, MCom, but they are coming for something more. As the higher education institution has become more vocational centric, learners want something which will make them employable, which will make them job ready, market ready. And education, being a sector which connects these two. It connects the knowledge with the market. So open and distance learning, institutions are gearing up to connect this theoretical knowledge, the academics, with the soft skills, the employability skills. So this is what the ODL is, trying to merge.
So, like you rightly pointed out about the integration that's happening in the ODL, bringing the skilling or the applied learning kind of thing, which is aligned to the job market requirements so that there is more of employability, graduate employability. I think this is something, as per my observation, having seen this system for decades, till now, people have only been to ODL, like open distance education kind of courses, as something, which is there as an option for them if they could not do the mainstream, or for certain reasons, if there were constraints, then they would opt for this. So it was not the first choice for many, right? We know the reasons behind it. But the way things have evolved over the years, there is a lot of recognition for these courses, like you rightly pointed out, with technology integration and others. So now with skill integration, I think is going to the next level, right? And when you mentioned the three-tier system, I'm assuming it is the diploma, degree, post-graduation, that is the diploma, UG, PG system, right? Uh,
Yeah, it is that, but this
yeah.
tier system is mostly from the point of view of academic administration. Since the
Okay.
higher education institution which run regular courses, they have
Mhm.
a setup which is called a college or university departments. Unlike in open and distance learning institutions, these are operated through the colleges which are government or government sponsored, and they are being named as learner support centers or study centers. Now, this nomenclature has been given by the University Grants Commission. So these learner support centers are again under the purview or the jurisdiction of the regional centers, which are directly connected with the headquarters of the open universities. So this is the three-tier system that I meant. Apart from the
Okay.
courses, that is different thing. We, open distance learning institutions, they offer a varied, a number of courses which are, diploma, certificate, then UG, PG, and PhD. For that PhD, it has not been offered in regular in open and distance mode. It has been offered in the regular mode. So
Mhm.
this is one thing which is similar to that of the regular higher education systems.
Oh,
Which is
okay.
directly being conducted by the respective departments through the regular mode, face-to-face mode.
Yeah, you just mentioned about the three-tier system. Could you please tell us a bit more about it, how it works in the ODL context?
Okay, well, and now this three-tier system is something which is related to the academic administration of the ODL institutions.
Mhm.
Um, an institution which runs ODL courses, they have headquarters or integrated campus,
Mhm.
followed by some regional centers. It depends upon the structure and the function and the area of the university. And these regional centers are, they have some of the learner support centers, which are the regular colleges, which are government sponsored or government colleges in that particular state. So this is a three-tier system. The learner support centers, followed by the regional center, and it is followed by the headquarters or
Hmm.
the administrative block or academic administrative block of an open university.
Yeah. And now let's look at the larger context in which these, new type of courses and programs are being introduced in the ODL setup. So I would like to refer to the National Education Policy 2020, which I think is a landmark, kind
Right,
of decision, which we all have been referring to for the last 5 years, especially in the context of higher education.
right,
It talks in great deal about bringing work integrated,
right.
job oriented education and learning. So how is now this being offered, let's say through the for example, the 4-year undergraduate program, right? There's a proposal for that. And I also understand and learn that quite a few universities are either offering it or planning to offer, and some have already started.
Right,
So,
right.
what's your view on this? Can we get to learn more on this?
Yeah, this is a very interesting and very pertinent question, ma'am, because this national education policy has brought about siege of changes.
Hmm.
And the open and distance learning mode has also embraced this NEP 2020 and its bearing upon the 4-year undergraduate program. And this 4-year undergraduate program, as you have rightly mentioned, most of the institutions, I'm talking about the open and distance learning universities, they have started offering undergraduate through this FYUP, commonly known as, this is the 4-year undergraduate program. So like my university, Netaji Subhas Open University, we are planning to introduce it from this coming session,
Mhm.
2025-2026. Now, as you wanted to know how ODL is gearing for this 4-year undergraduate program, because this FYUP, as per NEP 2020, actually talks about skill-based courses, talks about work-integrated learning. And if we look back into the NEP 2020 mandates, as it has been envisaged in the document, we will find the core principles which evokes in the 4-year undergraduate curriculum. That is holistic and multidisciplinary education.
Right.
Then skill development and employability. So how this 4-year undergraduate curriculum is subsuming the skill-based courses throughout its, all the 4 years. Like the first year, you will have to have the skill-based courses, ability enhancement courses, value-added courses. Apart from this, there will be flexibility in pursuing the courses. Like this 4-year undergraduate program will offer multiple entry and exit options. Like a student can pursue 1 year and can leave and move on to do some other courses, provided he or she completes the entire 4-year undergraduate within a span of 7 years. And I'm sure, ma'am, you must have heard about the Academic Bank of Credit, ABC,
Yeah.
which is actually allowing this flexibility for the learners and also allowing them to pursue work-integrated learning through this credit accumulation and then transfer of credits, which is being governed through this DigiLocker. I'm sure most of us are aware of this terminology, the nomenclature DigiLocker, where we have all our savings, savings of credits, which we have earned through our certificate courses or diploma courses, graduate, postgraduate. So this is how this 4-year undergraduate program is providing a plethora of options. Leveraging technology is maybe the first and the last thing which can help in augmenting this flexibility.
Yeah.
It can usurp the the mode of pursuing the courses at their own will. And this is also giving us increased accessibility and fostering equity in the higher education system. So ODL has geared up to provide all these things, all these principles of 4-year undergraduate curriculum.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's, I think, very exciting times right now for open and distance learning. Like you just detailed out the plans and also the credit framework, right, which has been which is one of the important frameworks to implement the policy and other things. So at this point, I would like to inform our audience that in case you want to know more about all these frameworks and all, please come back to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon and subscribe, because we've already made few presentations on this. And they can also go to our website, nationalskillsnetwork.in, and read up. We have, I think, simplified most of it, for the audience so that they get the essence of these frameworks. Um, and Dr. Papiya, we have done this very consciously and with a lot of effort, because we felt many people in India still are not aware of why these things are needed today, these frameworks are needed, how they might help us. And the whole idea of skills integration, as we know, is still picking up in our country. And there is also some resistance to this, and it is, I see it mostly like a change, which is a positive change, and we have to manage this change.
Right.
So now at your university, how are you managing this change? Can you give us any example? Because you just said you are likely to introduce or you're planning to introduce. Can we have some examples about
Sure.
how you want to introduce? Are there challenges? How you are overcoming them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, having said the benefits of this 4-year undergraduate program
Yeah.
and then integrating it into the ODL system, there are lots of barriers, but then there are ways out. How can those barriers be overcome? And, by strategically, if we can integrate these skill-based courses within the flexible framework of FYUP, we can leverage the inherent strengths of open and distance learning model and here I would like to mention NEP 2020 is poised to create more dynamic, inclusive, and an employment-oriented higher education ecosystem in India. And at my university, we are we have planned the curriculum, which we have already submitted to the UGC for approval. And we have very beautifully integrated the skill-based courses into the traditional academic curriculum. Say, for example, undergraduate in education. We have integrated ICT-based teaching learning as one of the skill enhancement courses. Then we have a course on ability enhancement, which is named as reading and reflecting on text, knowing your constitution. So these are something which are aligned to the academic curriculum. Now, having said that, the challenge which lies is, while no matter we try our heart out, we pour out everything and create a curriculum, we draft a syllabus, but when we come to the transaction part, that is the teaching, learning, the curriculum transaction part, what we find that traditional curricula often prioritize the theoretical knowledge and disciplinary depth, making it, a bit difficult to, weave it into the practical aspects, then taking into account the hands-on skill development. And one thing is, we must admit that the faculties or the teachers who are in charge of this curriculum transaction or the teaching learning process, they need to be more acute, upskilled towards the growing demands of technology being integrated, which will, help the learners to have the hands-on, to be, they can relearn and reskill themselves with alongside their academic knowledge. And also they can traverse through interdisciplinary skill requirements. Now, this challenge can be overcome if, and what, my university, we have already prepared the 4-year undergraduate curriculum across 15 to 16 subjects, right from English, Bengali, then history, geography, zoology, botany, mathematics, education, commerce, economics, so on and so forth. So it is, the list is long. What we did, we thought of making the curriculum, modular and a bit stackable. Now, this stackable sounds a bit, kind of market-driven word. It is nothing, but we have designed some skill-based modules that can be integrated as electives. Because there are students who still prefer to know in-depth academic knowledge. So, and then there is a heterogeneous group of learners coming up nowadays. And we have seen, freshers, apart from those who are working, these freshers, they are also coming to this ODL system because they have understood one thing, that they can pursue this course at their own will because FIUP is providing that flexibility.
Right.
And this higher education institutions offering ODL have a robust ICT support system. So that is one USP that we are leveraging. And this is how we are, integrating the skill-based modules, which is known as the stackable curriculum. And also we are looking forward, and we have actually already we have started, negotiating with some industry academia collaboration. Here, I would like to mention the Bengal Chamber of Commerce recently through our employability committee. NSOU has employability committee, and I am one of the members and also the convener of that committee. And what we did, we have some industry experts in that committee. So we took their support, and we are trying to place our students. Once we introduce the course, we're trying to place some of the students in those, Bengal Chamber of Commerce. They have lots of facilities where they can give exposure to these undergraduate girls and boys. And apart from that, what we found while integrating these skill-based courses with the curriculum, we found that a lot of things has to be done in the faculty development arena.
Yes.
So we are looking into that, and we have organized, we do organize, and we have some of them in the pipeline so that we can nurture the new things into the faculty members, because things which have come up in the NEP 2020s, many of the things which I think we need to reskill ourselves, upskill ourselves, and also unlearn something. This unlearning is something which I think will help us
Yeah.
to embrace this, accept this change. This change is nothing but integrating the skill-based courses or skill enhancement courses into the academic domain, or purely theoretical knowledge, because the market is calling for that, and we have to prepare our learners. We have to make them employable so that they can be placed. I mean, they can earn by themselves. They can earn while they learn, or they learn while they earn, as Madhuri ma'am was telling right in the beginning, that
Yeah.
it is very important for the learners to be self-sufficient. And
Yeah.
ODL gives that, it gives that opening to the students to have their own, to be their own agency. So they will be more like a lifelong learner. They will be self-driven or self-determined, self-directed learner. And
Yeah.
I think this 4-year undergraduate program through ODL will give more liberty to the learners, make them more, to take their own decision, and also have themselves skilled and job ready for the future market, and make them more relevant so that their degrees don't turn out to be redundant.
Yeah, right. The pace at which the industry is changing, the jobs are changing, especially with artificial intelligence getting integrated into every aspect of our work. The world of work has changed so much. The jobs have changed so much. Like you said, preparing them for being for dynamic industry and being relevant, I think it's very crucial right now. Plus, I think the profile of a ODL student for me mostly is like a responsible learner, right?
Yeah,
So much of responsibility is there on the person to complete. Otherwise,
right,
we see so many, the enrollment rate and the completion rate, there's a huge difference normally in ODL systems.
right.
But I guess if you make it very relevant and show them that it helps them in employability or in career development through skills, whatever type of skills are getting integrated, like you mentioned, you are already, discussing with the industry, the Chamber of Commerce, for example, or even generic skills like 21st century skills or employability enhancement skills. I think all these can become a part of the curriculum,
Absolutely.
maybe in the form of, like you mentioned, modular curriculum or like micro learning components,
Yeah,
which become very learner friendly and
yeah,
they can complete it. So I think with this we get a high level view of what is happening in the ODL systems, and also example from your university. Now beyond this, since whenever we talk to academicians, we always make it a point to ask for your advice to the young people and the students. And also, another important point you made was the faculty development.
yeah.
So you can also share few ideas about,
Sure.
how you foresee the faculty to have a different approach in terms of methodology, in terms of
Right, right.
technology, being tech friendly, or like one word which I keep using, learning to learn, lifelong
Yeah,
learning. Maybe you
yes.
can throw some light on this before
Yeah,
we
yeah,
close
sure.
this conversation.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Actually, Madhuri ma'am, this is very pertinent. We always talk about this 21st century learning skills. We have to
Yeah.
equip our learners. But then there is another side of the story, the faculty members.
Hmm.
Now, Rabindranath Tagore, that's a very famous quote of Rabindranath Tagore is, you can only light a candle if you have the light. So, if a teacher do not have the light, how can he or she be a lighter to his or her students? So
Hmm.
I believe we as teachers who are shouldering the responsibility of nurturing and fostering those 21st century skills to our learners, that too in this, in this very time when this NEP 2020 has ushered vast opportunities, and these opportunities have not only given us, opened the doors of, the global doors from local to global. But then, my advice, very, very realistic advice to the students who wish to enroll in ODL programs, I'll just make two distinct points here. One for the students and how the teachers can equip themselves through the FDPs or the CPDs, the continuous professional development. Now, when I talk about the students, for the aspirants who wish to enroll in ODL programs, the very first thing is you have to have the self-discipline, because that's the key. And as Madhuri ma'am was mentioning, that in ODL, you have to be very, self-directed, you have to be self-determined. So these can be described as a person who wants to enroll has to be a very self-disciplined one. And alongside is the time management. The
Yes.
time management is very crucial. You have to be aware of the notifications which come in, which come through, mostly, I would say completely, all the notifications, informations, everything are coming through online. So we have to be very, very dedicated, and we have to know what ODL will give. I mean, what what the ODL has in store for us. It is not like the ODL is a second choice, as Madhuri ma'am was mentioning, which we had this, free notion that ODL is a second choice. No, it's not a second choice. So it is a parallel choice. It is
Yeah.
your choice if you wish to enroll in ODL courses or programs. You have to have the self-discipline, time management, because that is very crucial. And you have to be dedicated. And alongside the mastering the tech, the technology, and you have to be very active in, creating, yourself familiarized with the tech platforms, as this program where, I guess all of you are, those who are viewing, watching this program will definitely watch it later on, because it will be made available in the National Skills Network channel and also YouTube, the dedicated YouTube channel. So familiarizing with technology is another aspect. Now, in ODL programs, what we do, especially in Netaji Subhas Open University, since this tech savvy, or to familiarize with the technology, the technology which are coming up. So what we do, we have ICT based courses. We have some courses which are partly, some 30 to 40% are being, offered, not offered, being made available through the learning management system. So this, we also give them hand-holding support of how to navigate through the learning management system. We offer some micro-credentials, not to that strict sense, but, just to give them an edge, so that they become comfortable in handling, in getting to use technology in a proper way. And apart from that, my advice to the aspirants would be, those who are coming for ODL programs or pursuing ODL courses, you have to be focused on the application and future. It is, since you're coming for not only for the degrees, but you're coming to become future ready, job ready. You have to grab all the opportunities that the open and distance learning institutions have in for you. You have to explore. You have to explore all the possibilities. And for that, you have to be very much, very aware and informed, and very agile, active, and you have to know technology, which maybe you know something, and when you enroll into the course, you will be given that training or kind of support, hand-holding support, so that you can, leverage the best out of this technology. And for the teachers, the faculty members, like how can they pace up? How can they buckle up with this, steaming changes? Because many of us are, digital immigrants. We are, very scared of using technology when it comes. If we have to prepare some courses for our LMS, we take a back seat. We often think, okay, no, that traditional thing is okay. But, things are changing. And if you want your learners to be tech friendly, you have to know a bit more than them, so that it's not like we do not learn from our students, because gone are those days where the teachers used to be regarded as a sage on the stage. It is not that. It is just guide by the side. So all of us are in the same plane, but nevertheless, faculty development programs, which my university, and I believe most of the open universities, apart from the recently this MMTTP under the Malviya Mission teacher training programs, some 9 to 10, themes are being sensitized through the 6-day or 10-day, 15 days sensitization programs on these 9 NEP themes. Now, these themes do have one dedicated theme, which is which talks about the technology usage, use of technology, the new pedagogical approaches. Now, these new pedagogical approaches are not only technology driven, but these pedagogies are something to, which can foster this critical thinking skills, creative thinking skills, then, make our students learn, as artificial intelligence has already entered into the academy. So it's time for us to know more about how artificial intelligence can be a co-pilot. It is not replacing teachers. It's not replacing faculty, nor, so you need to know, as a teacher, you need to be aware, you need to be proficient with the do's and don'ts of technology. And I think this FDPs, faculty development programs, we often termed it as, continuous professional development, because teachers who are already in the service, they are catering to a diverse group of students. They have to be well equipped with not only technology, but the new pedagogical approaches, the new ways of teaching learning, because NEP is talking about holistic and multidisciplinary education. And for that, only chalk talk or lecture or mere, posting things in the WhatsApp group will not work. Simply, it will not. So it will work by attaining those new pedagogical approaches where you can blend some of the strategies, and you see it will work like magic. Because we at Netaji Subhas Open University, I personally use these blended techniques, wherein we have some components which are technical, some non-technical, some face-to-face, some are online. So these are the things I think the teachers should be aware of and should be made proficient with, Madhuri. And I think, and of course, one more thing with this I would like to add, since NEP talks about access and equity. Days now in the classroom, what we find students who come from diverse backgrounds. And this specific learning difficulties or disabilities, whatever you call it, has been increasing day by day. So teachers need to be, more empathetic towards knowing their learners in a very better way, so that they can cater to the inclusive classroom. Because this word inclusive or inclusion may sound philosophical, but there are many continuous professional development where, sensitization on dealing with specific learning difficulties or disabilities, then how to handle the inclusive technologies, knowing about them, Then the referral techniques. If you find someone who is having some problems in understanding or some behavioral issues, I think the teachers who are catering to the classroom now, this classroom can be an online platform, can be physical classroom. But
Yeah.
the things remains that the teachers need to be aware, they need to be sensitized with the issues of inclusion, inclusive technologies, apart from the fundamentals or foundational pedagogies and technologies.
And also coming from your experience, I think most of it also was centered on how teachers should befriend technology, and take it very positively, and also prepare themselves for the
Right.
AI enabled kind of world of work that we are entering into, whether it's a university or any corporate setup or any other setup. And so with this, I think we have covered most of the areas, in ODL, specifically the faculty development part, which you mentioned about CPD. It is the continuous professional development, was very useful for teachers. I'm sure some of them are already doing this, but it also helps them, to go back and check what are the things that are happening at their respective colleges and universities. So with this, I would like to thank you for giving us your time today and also telling us in great depth about ODL skills and employability, specifically graduate employability. So I think what comes out very strongly here is that ODL systems, open university systems today have an identity of themselves, and students enroll there by choice for
Yes,
various reasons, and
of
it's their
course.
responsibility, and it's a very favorable kind of a course because they can work and learn, and
Absolutely,
they can do
absolutely.
multiple things at the same
Right.
time, which I think the generations today really want to do this
Feel.
and not get caught in a very traditional setup. So most of the favorable things are happening in open and distance
Right.
learning, and I'm sure it's exciting time for them as well. Thanks once again.
Thank you.
We would
Thank you.
like to be in touch with you and learn more from you in future as well. Thank
Same here, ma'am. Thank you and have a good day.